y'all, welcome back to Spirit of the Outdoors. I had a lot of requests over the last while for some gamefowl videos, and I have not done very many gamefowl videos. I've really been too busy to fool much with gamefowl. This morning I'm going to do a couple of quick chores. I've got to feed. I don't know if I'm going to film all the feeding, but I've got to feed. I'll show you what I'm feeding right now. I change up throughout the year some. This time of year, so that I can get some eggs, I'm mixing chops with a layer pellet, a 16% layer pellet, and I mix that together. Y'all, gamefowl feed, if you feed them really high quality everything, it costs more than it's worth. I ain't saying this is the way you need to go. I'm just showing you what I do. This is probably not the ideal thing to do. But now I do throw in some natural herbs, pull some weeds, some grass from time to time, throw it in there. So they get nutrients from me that they probably don't get from other people. So what I feed may not work for you if you don't do that. The next thing is, I've got two pens right here. These two doors I have got to tear down and replace. I'm not gonna do that today, I don't have time. I'm gonna pull up a bunch of leaves. I start piling leaves in all of these pens. And I'll walk over here and show you down in behind me. They start getting nasty. It's been a while since I've done anything. These birds is up there. Sun's blinded me so I can't tell what you can see. But in there you can see it's dirt. I don't know if I'm gonna mess with her a whole lot. She's got some eggs she's sitting on. Now these are a cross between some, I'm not sure exactly now what it was, like a red pile that I had gamefowl and a banny, a white banny. And I kind of created this. This is something I'm experimenting with. These are some kelsos, and you can see these pens is all dug up. So what I do this time of year is I just pack it slam full of pine straw and stuff in there. So hang with me, we're gonna get some of this done today. But this does a couple of things for me. It helps me clean up right out here where I work a lot. Right here, this is my spot where I do my hide tanning, skinning my furs, stuff like that. I don't do that all over there at my cleaning shed where we clean our game that we eat. Occasionally I'll skin a few squirrels right here. But y'all, I'm just raking up whatever, pile it on no wheelbarrow. We'll go over here and start dumping it in pens. Probably gonna set their water jug out for just a minute. These have actually got two water jugs. This one needs dumping out and cleaning up. Anyway, you have to watch them now, they'll come out on you. Or these will. So I just do this over and over till I get that pen as full as I want it. And since we finally got some rain, I'll clean while I'm doing this. I'll dump all these water buckets out, clean them up. I do that like once every couple of months. Y'all know I don't keep spick span water containers. So now I like to pile it thick right up to the door because they like to scratch right around that door for whatever reason. Now see, they got smart now, got up there out of the way. If there's all that intelligent, and I pile it thick. I don't know if y'all can see in there. I'll bring the camera over here and show you. Like I've said in some other videos, I know y'all like to look. But see, I have got that piled very thick down in there. So they perched up there. I got to get their water bucket filled up and back in there. And then I'll do all these. I'm not going to film dumping in every one of them, but I'll do these couple and I'll show you. And you can see what I'm talking about, that door right there. Right there. It is broken. You know how they wrote in them old English books, instead of saying broke, They say breakage. That's what happened to that one. Both of those actually. So at some point in the next couple of weeks, I've got to rebuild that. Stick with me, we're gonna get some of this done. Get their water put back down. You can snug it right in this corner is what I like to do so that I can crack that door open and top it off. You can't even see, can you? I just set it right down in there. I know some of you frown on the way I do things, but you know, you can't like everything. Well, sounds like Paul J's up, madam. Y'all, you don't have to, you don't have to level all that out in there. They'll do that for you. You can just make one big pile in there, and you come back about an hour, and it'll be scattered all over everywhere. So, long as you get it all in there, and I like to get a pretty thick mat of it in there. See if y'all can see down in there. I can't tell what you can see, but anyway. Y'all got them pine straws hanging up there in your way. You can't see nothing. This is a mule train graze right here. I will stop to show you. This is some of the babies. Y'all, I didn't raise no whole lot of babies this year. I had some bad luck. I'll tell you what I did. I had dried plants in my brooder coop. I had about 10 babies in there. They kept dying. I couldn't figure out why. I had turned that thermostat up last fall. This spring, I didn't turn it back down. Y'all, I killed them. A bunch of them. Well, about 10. But I didn't try to hatch a bunch because I'm trying to get thinned down. I really... This is too expensive of a hobby just to have that there's no return on, because y'all, I'm really not selling birds. I'm really not fighting birds. I'm really not doing anything with birds that makes me any profit. I have gave more birds away than I have sold. So, but in here, there's a couple of mule trains right here. And then I have one of my Americana babies that made it that's in there, and it'll eventually go into another pen. I'm not sure if it's a hen or a rooster yet. Hadn't made that decision. But this is all Mac Rays right here. And these are some pretty birds. And I don't know if I'm gonna put any straw in these pens or not, because it's got that wire in there. I may go ahead and put some in there. It won't hurt nothing. But these, I know that's a pretty rooster, and I'm not sure if that one's gonna be. I think it's a rooster from the looks of the way it carries itself, but it's not developing a cone like this. This one's beautiful, that dark. I like that dark. But then I know I got 3 hens, but I've got more Mac Rays than I know what to do with, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I need to get rid of them. They pretty. But I had a friend of mine, he said all a Mac Ray was a yard ornament, which that's fine with me. And these are the same ones that I've had for a while. And if y'all remember Preacher, we don't have Preacher no more. Possum got Preacher. Pulled him right through the wire right there. Me and old Roscoe come down here about a night or two later. We called old Possum up in the tree up there. Old Possum, he went on to be with the Lord. Lord called him home. So anyway, but we thinned out. I'm not really trying to grow a whole bunch of gamefowl. I'm really trying to thin down to the few breeds that I want to fool with, and that be it. And I got that big pen is full of miscellaneous whatever, and there's a couple of babies in it. But now I have not wormed nothing here recently. We have been swamped with busy. And it seems like I don't never get a break. And that's one of the reasons I'm kind of tapering off on the gamefowl, and I hadn't done a lot of gamefowl videos. Gamefowl is not my priority anymore. I know some of you don't want to hear that, but I still like fooling with them. I still have them. I'll still do a few videos along. Just to let you look at them, let you see what I do, how I'm doing it. But I'm fixing to get up here, and I got to feed because we had church yesterday. I did not feed. I usually feed everything late in the evening, but I did not feed yesterday evening, so I'm going to feed this morning. So I'm fixing to transition to doing all of my feeding in the morning because it seems like I have more time in the morning to come out here first thing and feed. So that's what I'm fixing to start doing instead of feeding late in the evening. So maybe today's the day that I start just doing everything in the mornings. But anyway, I'll show you what I'm mixing up right here. I keep my chops in this barrel here, and I put about a scoop and a half. And this little metal bucket is what about a bucket full is what I feed every day. And this is that size metal bucket. So that is the chicken feed bucket. This is what this is 16% layer pellets. Every now and then I mix some dog food. But right now I am giving pellets because they don't lay as good this time of year. And I'm helping them lay. So after I do it like that, I about need to take his glove off. I just have to mix this up by hand. I've started to design me something to just mix all of this in the very beginning. I've got some old deer feeders. It's got the bottoms broke off that I started to use. Build me some baffles to go in it where I could just roll it and then pour the food out. But I probably got that in my glove, didn't I? See, I cut the fingers out of one of them gloves where I could operate that phone up there for y'all. Otherwise, if I had to cut them thumbs out, y'all wouldn't get to see nothing. All right. I don't know if I told y'all before, but this Vienna can, that's how I feed. One scoop per bird. Somebody asked one day why I throw it on them. Well, there's two reasons. One, because he's too stupid to stay out of the way, and the next one, it makes them faster. They'll get their reflexes up. Now they'll scratch through all that straw, level that out, find that feed. So we're making them work for it, which is good exercise for them. A lot of people don't like to feed their birds on the ground. I always have. I've had fairly good luck doing it, so I hadn't seen no reason to not do it. A lot of stuff you hear about, don't do this or do that, there's a lot of it's old wives' tales. So y'all got to remember, old timers been feeding chickens for a long time with nothing but corn. Now, most of the old timers let them get out and peck around, but in the Foxfire books, I don't know if some of you gamefowl people are aware of this, but there's a whole, like a section in the Foxfire series about gamefowl. They fought chickens and fooled with them all up in the Appalachian Mountains for a long, long time. So there's a lot of useful knowledge in there about the way the old timers handled chickens. I'll let y'all stay right there while I feed these couple here. Now this pen here is my other babies. There's 5 in here. That is a beautiful gray right there. And he is mule train gray. And then that is another Mac Ray rooster. And then there's 2. That back in the back is a Kelso. And I'm not sure if these 2 are not Kelso, but she looks totally different than these 2 up here. I'm thinking all 3 of them are Kelso, but that one didn't come out with yellow legs like they're supposed to. So these 2 may be something different. They may have got crossed. I really haven't kept good notebooks, and I haven't kept up with exactly what I got anymore. I used to, but I used to band all their legs and everything. But anyway, I'll take you over here, show you what's left in the big pen. It's full of mixed. I don't know what all of them are. I know there's a beautiful rooster in there though. And he is, I think, part Mac Ray and part Kelso, if I'm not mistaken. But he come out pretty. You see where I throwed them a bunch of hot sauce from where I made that hot sauce? That's what I strained out. They really took a liking to that. I throw some in these swinging pens just in case it comes a monsoon rain. They some up off the ground. I just kind of scattered around. They'll all fight. If you put it all in one pile, you'll start a big chicken fight in here. And then there'll be some that don't get to eat. Because they got a pecking order and they... And that little rooster over there, he is a baby that hatched out of this pen this year, so he's mixed, don't know what he is. See him right here? And he's pretty. See him running him around? That big rooster's got him lined out in order though. He probably would never be no good for what some of y'all like gamefowl for. Well, anyway, thank y'all for watching Spirit of the Outdoors. Another episode of the Gamefowl. We'll see you next time. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you like to do it. We'll see y'all. Y'all have a good one.